what's up? It's Itsannalouise, and today's video is a different video. It's quite different. It is a story time, and I'm sure you can obviously tell that by the title. You do not have to worry because my fish videos and animal videos are still #1 priority to me. They will be the most of my videos. I just planned on doing something a little bit different, like story times and beauty stuff, just to shake it up a little bit and do something a little bit different now and then, just for somebody who would like variety, and I just thought it would be fun. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this today, and like I said, the most of my videos will be fish and animal videos, but just to mix it up, I have a story time. So let's just go ahead and begin. So this story time, honestly, I have been so intrigued and just inspired by Loie Lane lately. I've been watching her videos before bed, and I did a couple story times before, but this one, it just like rung in my head, and it was just something that I feel like I'm never going to forget as long as I live. So I thought, why not tell it to you guys? Now this personally did not happen to me, but it happened to my friends. And there is some funny parts, I guess, with me in it. About how I reacted to it, because I'm such a scaredy cat, let me tell you guys, literally. And so basically, this is just really scary, and it's something that happened, and it was around in my neighborhood, so it did affect me. But the scariest part happens to my friends, and I just literally will never forget this. So this happened my sophomore year of high school, and I live in a neighborhood that's, you wouldn't think crime would happen. Like, it's a quiet, peaceful neighborhood. Mostly old people live on it, and that's kind of just how it goes. But surprisingly, I feel like if something's going on, it's in my neighborhood, because that's just my luck. But basically, my sophomore year, my friends had went to a store in my town, Route 21. It's one of the only clothing stores we even have, because my town is literally so small. But they went to Route 21, and I'm just going to call, well, I'll say Destiny for one, and the other one, honestly, since she doesn't know about my YouTube, I'm just going to call her Sally. So Destiny and Sally were going to Route 21 with Destiny's mom, and they got out of the Jeep, and they were walking to go inside of Route 21. And this older lady, I guess she looked kind of dismantled, came up to them and was basically, and let me just go ahead and tell you, the mall and Route 21 is really close to the hospital, so just remember that. The woman came up to them and was like, "My husband is in the car and he just had a heart attack, and I'm out of gas and I need to get to the hospital. Like, can you come over here and see him and like take us or whatever?" And she was literally just so prominent about her husband having the heart attack and needing to get him to the hospital, and that she magically ran out of gas and she didn't have a phone. And so my two friends were standing there with my friend's mom, and it was obviously really creepy and confusing to begin with, because I mean, the hospital is right by the mall, #1. #2, you could go into a store and have them call 911. Like, it's not that hard. So everything kind of with that is just really fishy. And then, so my friend's mom was just kind of persistent in saying, "Oh no, I can't, like I can't, we have things to do," you know, kind of blowing her off. And it wasn't rude, because, I mean, it just was obviously fake. But she kept persisting, and she kept literally trying to lure them to her vehicle, and she literally over and over again was like, "Well, I'm out of gas and I don't know how to get him there. He's in the he's in the middle of a heart attack, and it's happening right now in my vehicle. Can you please come over here and see?" And literally, it was really, really weird. So my friend's mom told my friends to go into the store and like notify them and to get away, because at that point she thought literally that woman would, like, I don't know, pull a knife or something on them, because she was getting more rude with her tone, like more just forceful. And I mean, like, literally none of it made sense. So anyway, my friend's mom just literally started to kind of walk away, and she watched the woman, and the woman just walked back to her vehicle and just like sat there like nothing even happened. And then she noticed the type of vehicle it was, and by the time that they notified the people inside of the store, that vehicle was gone. So the woman left. So she did have gas, obviously. And so that was really weird. They called the police, but obviously nothing could happen. But that was like the really weird thing. So basically, literally, there's no telling like what would have happened if my friends would have went to her car, because I mean, literally. But it gets worse than that, because I mean, obviously that was really scary. But anyway, there are like local Facebook pages for my town, and I'm sure it probably happens for like everyone's town, but it's like where you can notify people on if weird things are happening or just things going on in the community. And it was that night, and I was laying in bed, and I'm literally the biggest scaredy cat. So I was just literally reading through, and I saw this big long paragraph, and it was about a woman and a man. It would change up, like it would be like in one instance a woman, or at one house a man, and it was where they were going up to people's houses, and it wasn't in the daytime, it wasn't even the evening, it was like 2 in the morning, and 3 in the morning, and like 1 in the morning. It was really late into the early morning, and they were going up to people's houses and like banging on the door and like ringing the doorbell and like just frantically, not even calmly, just like frantically doing this. And this had happened to some people that I knew, not my close friends, but they were my friends before. And I was just reading it, and the story was the woman and the man both, like, they would go up to your door, bang on it, and when you would come to the door, they would say, guess what they would say? The very same story that happened to my friend. And they were like, oh, my sister, my aunt, my husband. It was all those different ones. Like, it changed people almost every time. I feel like they went to a different house. And they would be like, they're having a heart attack. Can you please come here and help? Can you help me? Come out to my car. And it was 2 in the morning. And this had happened. And it was the same story, just 2 different people. And when people looked and they noticed the car, it was the same car that was at the mall of the people who tried to get my friends to come to their vehicle. And basically this one woman, she said that she had like threatened to call the police, and they got really rude and kind of forceful with her, and they just kind of slammed the door, and I think they called the police, but they obviously drove off. Nothing happened. I mean, in general, this was just really freaky and creepy and really truly made no sense whatsoever, because, I mean, their story just didn't even add up. So anyway, I was reading it, and here's, I guess, where it just kind of gets funny, because I'm just dumb. So, I kept reading, and I was reading in the comments and about all these people that had this done to them, and when I was looking, and it was like, what neighborhoods has this been happening in? I bet you can't guess whose neighborhood that was happening in. It was mine. Go figure. Everything was saying, oh, it's in this neighborhood. Be careful. Like, I've heard it and heard it happen over and over again in this neighborhood. And I'm obviously saying this neighborhood because I'm not going to, like, say what my neighborhood is. But I was freaking out, and the people are saying like that it was happening like the day before that I was, you know, reading the post, and I was so scared because, I mean, I was 16. I mean, I would still be scared if this happened. I'm 20, but I would be scared if this happened still. And my bed was by a window, and like all I could think about was somebody coming up to my window and banging on it, or to my door. I started to freak out, and I was texting my friend. We'll call him Steve. I was texting Steve, and I was freaking out, and like, I don't know why I was so scared, to the point where like I literally ran to my mom's room, and I was like banging on the door, and she got so mad at me. She was like, I have to sleep, go back to bed, you are okay. But just something in my mind just thought, I'm not gonna be okay. Like, these people are gonna come to my house and look in my window, do whatever, I don't know. So I was texting my friend, and I got his dad, and I was like, call the police, please. Just even if it's just to get them to come and, like, patrol the neighborhood. And then I was thinking, Anna, what are you getting yourself into? Like, I literally was like, you're going to get the police involved in this. Your parents are going to be mad at you. And the police could even be mad at me, honestly, because who knows what they would say, because they're patrolling the neighborhood and there ain't nothing there. But anyway, I was freaking out and, like, begging him to call the police. But anyway, nothing really happened of that. I don't even think he ended up calling the police. Nothing really came out of it, but it was just really creepy, and things just get me thinking, like, it's just weird. Like, it just gets me thinking, what goes on in these people's mind? Like, what would have happened if my friends would have went to that person's car, the woman, Like, would she have, you know, taken them, which that's what it kind of seems like, or would she literally have, like, killed them with a knife or a gun or just, you know, whatever, because it was just weird. And if you're trying to get someone to be lured to your car, then, like, you know, you don't really know what's going to happen. And sex trafficking and stuff is going on so much now, like, literally. And in my area where I live, it is really big, and you wouldn't even think so. You really wouldn't even think so, but it really is. And just on top of that, I mean, things like this happen all the time, even at, like, local stores, which it makes me just so scared to even go out by myself, because, like, I don't really know what's going to happen. And so many people think I look so young, even though I am 20. And mostly when people are doing these kidnappings and sex trafficking, they're looking for 18 and under. They're looking for the younger people. I mean, this happens at Walmart even. So, like, even just the other day, my friend went to Walmart, and these two burly, big men went up to her, and she, like, doesn't really get, I mean, you know how people can go out to town and get hit on by a guy. It wasn't like this at all. These two burly men came up to her at her car, and were just, like, completely questioning her, and going off on her about, not going off in the sense of, like, yelling at her, but just, like, constantly asking her questions, and was just like, how old are you? Are you 18 years or are you younger? Like, they literally asked, are you 18 years or younger? And all these really weird questions, and she was just in the parking lot by herself. And luckily she got away, but it's just like, those situations, you never know what is going to happen. And for it to happen so much, especially now, and in communities like mine being so small, like, I would only imagine this as much in big cities. It's just really weird, and it just gets you thinking, like, you have to be careful everywhere you go. Everything you do, like, be careful. Have your phone out. Like, even if you're scared, act like you're talking to somebody on the phone, because it's scary. And you really never know what's going to happen. And stuff like this just keeps happening, and it's going to keep happening as bad as social media is getting. And stuff. So that was basically all I wanted to tell you guys. It's just really creepy, and like I said, Loey Lane has gotten me going every night lately, and just all these creepy real life things that are happening around us really get to me, and it really makes me think. So I just really want to share that with you guys. I know it's different. I really hope you liked it. I know it's not pets, and I will be back with pet videos. Like I said, they're my #1 priority, so don't worry. But I really hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Make sure to follow me on Snapchat for updates of my pets and of me, and you can do that at Itsannalouise20. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like I said, please give it a big thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe, which you can do by hitting my face right there, and you can watch another one of my videos by clicking right here. And it would mean the world to me if you would do so, and I hope you have a great day or night or whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys in my next video.